What's up, you guys? All right, well, here we are, 10th consecutive green day. 10 green days in a row. That feels really good. This has been the trading station since, quarantine and shelter in place and everything else. And this has been my good luck charm, my little trading buddy. And we did it today. How much did we make? You tell him. No, you tell him. You tell him. $11,000. Actually, $11,984. Might as well round up and call it 12,000. What a day. Man, this is crazy. I didn't expect it. I mean, really, I didn't. I wasn't totally sure on the two that were the leading gappers, but it came together. I locked it up. Big green day. And then we had an awesome afternoon session with my Warrior Pro students. And I'm going to actually upload a separate video where I talk about something we did during that session. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, enjoy this recap. We're going to go through the trades and the stocks I traded. As always, if you have questions, comments, leave them right down below. If you want to get started, check out some of the links in my description for my beginners getting started guide. You can learn a little bit more about, what would you say, girl? The best broker for day trading with a small account. Yep, she knows what it's about. The problem with her is she's just going to recommend pet-oriented companies. PetSmart, pet food, dog food, bones, pet food, toys, squeaky toys. All right, nice day for me. I hope you guys had a nice day too. I'm gonna be back at it as always first thing tomorrow, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can live stream tomorrow while I'm doing my watch list, because both of the stocks I traded today, just like yesterday, were straight off the watch list. All right, enjoy the recap and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap here. First and foremost, we'll go over the trades from this morning. Then I'm going to hang out here through the lunch hour and do Q&A for those of you guys who are in the Warrior Pro Mentor room. All right. So today the market's down 654 points, as you can see right there. And this is, without a doubt, my 10th consecutive green day. The only question is, how much did I make? These were the 6 stocks I traded. Pixie, boy, some really nice action on this one. Out of the gates from a pre-market high of 850 all the way up to 11, pulled back, came back up, and gave us another opportunity right here. I know that I had a trade where I gave back probably about half of the profit I had, and that was when I went long on this bounce right here, thinking it was going to pop back up, and that we'll cover when I get into that trade. So why don't we start by just looking at the watch list from this morning. So on my watch list this morning, I had really 2 stocks, CHCI. Well, I had 3, CHCI, APDN, and Pixie. All right, so this was our gap scanner. Leading gapper, UAVS. You can see that I traded UAVS. So UAVS is here, APDN, Pixie, and CHI, and these 2 were off the high day Momo scanner. So UAVS, and I'm just gonna, let's see, rearrange this so I can see the chat feed here. So I'm gonna move this down here. I'll put the chat window back up when we start doing Q&A, so you guys who are watching it on the recording can see it. Okay, so UAVS, pre-market high of $1. Now, you guys know usually I don't like these cheaper stocks, but it's gapping up 177%. Clearly, it had volume. It right now has, let's see, UAVS, 27 million shares of volume. So, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Out of the gates, my first trade was a long at $1.10. It hit a high of $1.15. And then came back down. I didn't sell at $1.15, so I took what I think was probably a 2-cent loss on, I believe it was 5,000 shares. So whatever, not a picture perfect trade. It didn't break out, but then when it came back up right here, it halted at $1.15, which is halting at the high. On the one hand, it's a double top. On the other hand, when they halt, as they come back through the high a day, they almost always squeeze out early short sellers. So on resumption, I bought 6,000 shares at $1.20. It hit $1.30, and I sold about between $1.25 and $1.28. So probably $300 or so of profit on that. A nice little trade, and it ended up hitting a little bit higher and doing nicely. But maybe we should take a look at what the P&L is. So I'm going to take a guess. I know I've got 600 on UAVS. Neuro was, I don't recall that being a big winner, so that one's probably break even. Grill, I had 6,000 shares and I lost about 20 cents, so I'm down like 1,200 on Grill. APDN, I think might be 500, so that puts me basically break even on the day with these. So Pixie and CHCI. Let's look at that Pixie chart. Well, my first trade was down here with 4,000 shares at 840, and it popped up here to a high of 9. So I'm probably up at least 2,000 there, and CHCI, I'm going to say I do think I made more than yesterday. I really think I did. Today was better. So yesterday was 4,500. So I think today I'm thinking 6,000 to 7,000. Let's see where it is. $11,984.37. Wow. Wow. I made a lot more on Pixie than I thought, and on CHCI too. Wow. And I even did better on APDN than I thought. Wow. So I was right on Grill. That was about a $1,200 loss, but APDN canceled it out, and then these were okay, so that's fine. But these two, wow, that's awesome. That's a $12,000 day. So that's my 10th consecutive green day. I have 9,000 between Monday and Tuesday plus 12,000. I'm up now over 20,000 on the week. Man, the momentum is hot right now. That's awesome. All right, so let's get in a little bit more to these trades. So I'll cover APDN quickly because that one was not super exciting. So APDN was on the watch list here, and as you can see, ended up squeezing up but not holding up super well. So this is the 1 minute chart on APDN. I took the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, and I bought 6,000 shares. That was at right around 838. Well, it was probably around 835. I got in just a little early, and it popped up to a high of 857. So that was my one trade, first 1 minute candle to make a new high. I had full size, and I ended up doing really pretty well considering it wasn't the biggest breakout. It was a gap and go stock. The pre-market high was around 830 and then hit a high of 840. Popped up out of the gates, pulled back, first candle to make a new high. So nice setup there. Not the cleanest ever, but ended up working. Neuro, this one, I tried to take a quick trade on this on resumption from this halt right here. And this was kind of a little crazy. It opened, and if I do like, I'll just do like a 10-second chart just to show you. I got in at $3.93. And then for like 10, 15 seconds, it was just kind of like flat right here. And I was like, well, I got in thinking it was going to rip back up. So I was like, I'm going to sell. So I sold. And it just sat there. It kept sitting there. And I was like, maybe I'll get back in. I was like, I don't know. This is weird. Why is it sitting here? And then all of a sudden it dropped in one candle. It was very strange. It was really strange stuff. So I don't know what the deal was there. This dip worked here, and then right here it didn't. So in any case, that was my one trade with 3,000 shares, and I lost 3 cents or 4 cents, which was 120 bucks. So that was Neuro. Grill. I bought this one, kind of a similar setup to UAVS, as it came up to the double top right here. So I actually bought it right as it was breaking through that double top at 295. It hit a high of 3 and then dropped to 271. It popped up here and I sold at 275 for basically a 20-cent loss with 6,000 shares. So that's a bigger loss, but I knew by that point I was already pretty green on the day, so I kept trading past that. My first trade on the day was Pixie. So this was the Pixie chart. Pre-market, it was our within the top 5 gappers, float of 316,000 shares. So that's a ridiculously low float stock. So this was our float right here, gapping up 58%. We've got our catalyst right here. This was the headline. And pre-market, the stock was basically just going straight up. So at the bell, I was looking at this and I was like, I just want to buy it. I mean, I want to buy it as quickly as I can to anticipate the break over this pre-market high right here. So the bell rings and it starts squeezing up, and I got filled 4,000 shares. So it opened at, hang on, let's see, where's my mouse? It opened at around $8.16, and I pressed the buy button and I got in with 4,000 shares at $8.40. It pops up to 9 and is halted. It opens higher and squeezes from 9.50 up to 10.50. I did not get any shares filled right here. It then resumes from that halt and drops down here. And that was kind of a bummer because I ended up stopping out, and it rips back up and then it comes back down again. And I got in right here for a bottom bounce, and I got 4,000 shares again by accident because I meant to only buy 2,000 shares. And then I stopped out right here, and I was like, I felt frustrated because I felt like in that trade I might have just given back all of my profit. But I don't know for sure how much I made, in this first leg. I stopped out, I took some profit, as it was squeezing up, but it just, I don't know, it wasn't picture perfect. And then this right here was a mistake. I was too aggressive on my size and I did it by accident. I thought I had 1,000 shares typed in here, but I had 2,000. So I pressed it twice and had 4,000 shares instead of what I was expecting of 2,000. So then I didn't trade it until it came back up here. And through this area, it comes back up and I bought this breakout right here. It came back, it broke VWAP, it pulled back, held this level, and I took the break long over 980. I got in at just about 975 with 3,000 shares, and it immediately broke and hit a high of 1050. So boom, that was probably about $2,000 of profit. It then consolidates, and I got in, let's see, where was the next trade? The next trade was, I think it was right, yeah, because I took the trade through 11. It was right here on the break of 1050. And again, this one I stepped up to the plate on. I knew I was being aggressive. I knew I was being aggressive when I did it. I bought 2,000 shares. I added another 2,000, and then I had 6,000 full size. And I was like, I'm stepping up to the plate right now. But I knew I had profit. And as I was looking at this chart, the volume was increasing. I really thought we were going to break over that high of 11. And we did. We hit a high of 1140, and I sold into that breakout. And I think that might have been the best trade. I think that was the biggest winning trade because that was the one where I stepped up on. It's a little risky, no doubt. This is a stock that was volatile today, is up 53% now, but is back down, as you can see, below the VWAP. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I think the trades on this one that were the riskiest, the riskiest trade on it was the bottom bounce trade that I took right here. That was a risky trade, and usually I mitigate that risk with smaller share size, and I accidentally was in with 4,000 shares instead of 2,000. And so that was an unnecessary loss, and it was a mistake. Now, if I didn't take any high-risk setups, I would never have a mistake like that because I wouldn't be trading. Maybe I'd have a mistake on share size, but it would be with not a high-risk setup. But I think that one of the things for me is generally I'm focusing on A-quality beginner setups. But when we have a stock that's really strong and I do see an opportunity that I think looks good, I like to take it because there certainly are experienced traders in the community that I like to see what I do when we have something that really is showing some serious opportunity. So anyways, some really nice moves on this. I did have my last trade on it was actually right here. And what is this? This is a bounce off VWAP. So this I uploaded to the Warrior Pro mentor session. The Warrior Pro live trading archives. All right, so live trading archives, you guys will see this trade here. I'll just play the very beginning of it. So I'm watching Pixie right here to bounce, to break lower, and then I'm looking for the bounce off the VWAP. I put my order right here, and right there I'm long 2,000 shares at 950 for the bounce off the VWAP. This ended up coming back up, as you can see, to, let's see, where was this? The bounce that I took was right here, and it came, no. It was right here, and it came back up to a high of 977. So it came back up about 25 cents, which is not bad, but it didn't stick and continue, so you never know. But it was worth it for a stab, and it was a winning trade. So that was Pixie. Pretty wild ride there, but most of my profit came sort of in this area here as it came back through VWAP. I made money here, but then I gave at least probably half of it back on that trade. CHCI, on the other hand, was the one that gave me some profit right out of the gates. This stock was super strong. So our second leading gapper, up 87%, 1.91 million share float, 10 million shares of volume right now. And just as a side note, sometimes people will criticize maybe me or other traders who trade small caps. They'll say, Ross, small caps are, they're so risky. They're, most of the time they end up dropping. When they have really light volume, the spreads are terrible. You can't possibly get in and get out, and not to mention your students as well. Well, this stock has 10 million shares of volume today. This is a day where this stock was worth trading. Yesterday, you're right, it had only 15,000 shares of volume. Yesterday, if I had bought this, if I had bought 5,000 shares, I would have been 1/3 of the volume on the entire day. Today, my same 5,000 shares is a drop in the bucket. So I like to trade them on these days. And if you think of small caps and you look at them on most of these days, you're right, you cannot trade them. They're not safe to trade. They're going to be choppy. But on the days when they have news, when they have a catalyst, those are the days that there's opportunity. And not just for me, but for you certainly as well, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or you're a student in the community. So anyway, CHCI, I'm not using the 10-second chart for my trading, so let's move this back to the 1 minute. So out of the gates, this squeezed up and got halted, just like Pixie. I wasn't in it. I chose Pixie. So the one I chose, they both went up. So they were both on my watch list, and they both went up, and this one squeezed from a high of 320 up to 360 and was halted, 40 cents, more than 10%. Halted on a circuit breaker for 5 minutes. It resumes higher, it dips down, and on this one, I bought the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. I knew it had dipped down quite a bit, but I don't know, I felt like my risk was low here, and the drop, it kind of dropped down, but the pre-market was still strong, so I took the first 1 minute candle to make a new high with a tight stop. And that was not with full size, it was a starter position. And then I added on the break through the high. We squeezed through 4 up to a high here of, this was about 430. It pulls back, I buy at 417 for the first. What is that? You say it. You know what I'm talking about. The first 1 minute candle to make a new high. I'm up $11,000, $12,000 today trading these technical breakouts. And yes, Ryan, the tight stop is a mental stop. It's not a live stop order, although I can set one if I want to. It's just a mental stop. So just for instance, I'll just take a trade on Pixie just with one share here. So let's see. Let me just move this. So Pixie, we've got, there we go. So I'll just do $8 here, and I'll do one share. It's gonna cost me $4 to buy and sell, but whatever. So I'm gonna buy one share. So I've got one share. Now I'm gonna press Control B. I now have a stop at, well, my stop was break even. So I just with that button, my stop was at break even. I'll do it one more time, whatever, it's gonna cost me a couple dollars. Now I have a stop down about 20 cents. I believe this is a 20-cent stop. But what if I wanna sell this on the ask? All right, so let me move up this window here. So if I wanna sell this on the ask, I'm gonna put my order, let's just say, I'll just put the order at here. Now, that's really interesting. I'm surprised it's letting me do that because most brokers will cancel your order. They won't let you place it because you can't be short. This is a sell order. These are two sell orders at the same time. So let me cancel this one, and let me try actually putting it at 75, and let's see if it automatically cancels the other order when it executes. Oops. I just want to put it where it'll probably get filled. 76. Okay, so what happened was it executed and canceled the order. So you know what? That's nice. That's nice with Lightspeed. As soon as my sell order executed, it canceled the stop order. That's not true with a lot of brokers. And I've been trading for so long, by the time I switched to Lightspeed, I just assumed that I wouldn't be able to do it, and I've never tried. So that's new information to me. That's good to know, but most brokers will not let you have two sell orders out at once, because you'll have one sell order, and then when your stop goes through, you still have a sell order out, which means you'd be shorting the stock, which means you would need more buying power to do that. And the stock would have to be available to borrow. So it's nice that you can do it with Lightspeed, but with most brokers you wouldn't be able to. So that maybe makes me feel a little bit better about having the stops, using that Control B for stop at break even. But in any case, to answer your question, no, I didn't have a stop on this. I got in with a mental stop at 309, basically the low of this candle. I was in right here. It pops up. We got a nice trade. Bought the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Got back in as it broke out here. It squeezes up to a high of about 560. It drops down. It comes back up. I'm back in for the break through the high. It pops up to 626. It drops back down, and my last trade was a long right here, and I stopped out of it. So this was overall some really clean action. I mean, I was impressed. I did not expect it to be as strong as it was. It surprised me. But I traded right through this area, and by, let's see, what was this? 10 a.m. I was done with this stock, and that's when I switched my focus back to Pixie. Because at 10 a.m. It was selling off right here, but then starting to come back up to the VWAP. So I just switched gears. I didn't trade it until this area here, but this is when I started looking at it again. So that was my day. Unreal. This is going to be a really nice green day. I'm very pleased, and this is certainly going to help my metrics for the month of April. 10 green days in a row is fantastic. I'm not sure exactly how much I'm up on the month right now, but 20,000 just this week is great, and I think I was up maybe around 12,000 or so before this week, so that puts me up, I guess, in the 30s, which is not bad considering, let's see, let me look at the calendar. We still have we have Thursday, Friday, all of next week, and then 4 days the week after. So we still have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days left in the month, and I've been averaging, 10 days in, I guess about 3,000 a day if I'm up 30 grand. So while it felt a little bit like a contradiction to trade with smaller share size, it's actually paying off. So, again, remember, these are the stocks that I'm trading. Stocks with volume. CHCI. How much volume does CHCI have? 10 million shares. How much volume does Pixie have? 9 million shares. UAVS, 29 million shares. Grill, 3.5 million, and I'm red on it. Neuro, 5 million, and I'm red on it. I'm making more money on stocks with more volume. More volume means you can easily get in and get out. They're more liquid. All right, so these are the type of stocks that we want to be watching, and you guys already know this, but for those on Facebook and YouTube, I call out the stocks I'm trading and watching before I get in. So I say, listen guys, I'm watching Pixie pre-market. I'm watching it at X price. This is where I'm wanting to get in. So I don't have any position. I'm flat, and I'm saying this is where I want to get in. There are certainly newsletters out there, certainly more in the penny stock space, that will accumulate large positions, and then they'll send out an alert: buy this stock, and not disclose that they've done that. And you're not allowed to do that. And I certainly don't do that. You can see right here, and as we went through pre-market, through the watch list, these are the stocks we were watching: CHCI, Pixie, APDN, and UAVS. So you knew before the bell rang that those were the 4 stocks that I was going to be watching. Neuro and Grill, we got those both off this high day momentum scanner here. So this helps us find stocks that are moving up right now. Grill was right down here, moving up at 217. You certainly could have gotten in it before me. I got in at 295. Fork, yeah, Bimmy, Elway. Let's see. Neuro was on here at some point, but it was a little late, maybe later in the morning. When was that? In any case, it's good for me just to clarify that for some of the beginners out there that may not really understand what it's like in our community. All right, so anyways, that's the recap for today, $11,984. And those of you guys who made some money today, give yourself a pat on the back. I'm impressed with you. I'm gonna give you a pat on the back, and of course we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, and hopefully I can just continue this hot streak. I just want to ride this momentum as long as I can. All right, so I'm going to shut off the live stream here for Facebook and YouTube, and we're going to switch gears and do Q&A now for those of you guys that are in the Warrior Pro Mentor Room. You want to learn more about trading? Check out some of the links in my description, and if you have questions, ask them in the comments. I personally respond to every question posted on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe.